Their pamphlet rack was filled with explanations of things that we use. Why are there 6 candles on the altar? Why is the tabernacle in the center of the altar? Why does the priest face eastward? I mean, all this stuff that I should have been getting in school, you see. And these were people who were better educated than most of us Catholics, very aware of all sorts of things, not just theology, but politics, all sorts of things. And they were quite a bunch. Well, now, lo, these 40 years later, they're coming into the church finally. And to answer the question from personal experience, I can tell you that by and large, it is certainly a positive thing. Remember that initially our bishops, both here and in England, discouraged these sorts of people from coming in en masse, and they did so for a good reason. What do you do with a bunch of well-educated, well-to-do, basically Orthodox laymen who aren't afraid of clergy? That's the last thing the Cardinal Mahonis and the Cardinal Humes of the world wanted. That's the very last thing. And it shows how far we have come that the Pope went over everybody's head and established this. Now, I'll tell you, I know the Anglican use that's already up and running here in this country very well. I know I know 2 of them very well, and I know most of them somewhat. They're very, very fine men, strictly Catholic, and amongst the best priests I've ever known. And if you know me well, you know that that means a lot, because I'm very critical with the clergy. I've spent most of my life getting smacked around by them, so, you know. But seriously, so to answer that question, and I think perhaps of everyone here, I have the most personal connection with it, I think it's a bloody good thing, and I thank God for it.
Can I just add one thing? Remember that the people coming in, Charles is right, the people coming in from the Anglican Church are not only refugees from a moral crisis, they're refugees from a liturgical crisis, they're refugees from a doctrinal crisis, they're refugees from a church authority crisis, they're refugees from an iconoclastic destruction of church art and architecture. They are the most natural allies you'll ever want for traditionalist Catholics.